So the Supreme Court told Louisiana that they're going to have to redraw their congressional district. They had previously put that map redrawing process on hold after a lower court had said, you have to redraw this district. It does not comply with the Voting Rights Act. They're gonna have to draw a second black majority district in there. This is in keeping with the Alabama case we recently heard, Allen v. Milligan, where the Supreme Court said, you know what, the Voting Rights Act, it continues to stand. You gotta redraw your districts. You gotta redraw those congressional maps to make sure that communities of color have a chance to elect their representatives of their choice.
There it is. And what makes this ruling even better is there were no dissents. Hello, somebody. Some more background on this. The new order means that the lower court proceedings in the case, which were put on hold by the conservative majority in late June of last year, will restart. At the time, a merits panel of the 5th US Circuit Court of Appeals was preparing for an expedited review of a judge's ruling that said that the 5-to-1 congressional plan likely violated the Voting Rights Act. The judge, US District Judge Shelley Dick, had been considering a remedial congressional plan after lawmakers in Louisiana refused to pass a plan with a second majority black district themselves. Louisiana state officials were sued last year for congressional maps passed by the Republican legislature over Democratic Governor John Bel Edwards' veto. That made only one of its 6 districts majority black, despite the 2020 census showing that the state's population is 33% black. I mean, it's very clear what these Republican legislators are doing, very, very clear. And one of the lawyers challenging the map expressed gratitude for the ruling. Black voters in Louisiana have suffered one election under a congressional map that unlawfully dilutes their political influence. Thankfully, Louisiana is now on track to add an additional minority opportunity district in time for 2024, ensuring that black Louisianans are finally afforded fair representation in the state's congressional delegation. So that's the lawyer for that. The reporting coming from CNN, Attorney Kana. Speaking up, Aida.
I mean, you and I both know how much the people of color, black people, suffer in the state of Louisiana under the rule of law and the things that are happening, that being the poverty, the lack of representation, the mistreatment by law enforcement is just on and on and on and on. And the way to make inroads in all of those areas is through, the regional legislators that rally on behalf of the people. So I think that, as we, the cynic in me is always like, but the reality of it is that every step in a good direction, in the right direction, is a step, and we gotta count our wins, because if not, we will live in despair. So I'm happy for the people of Louisiana.
Yeah, amen to that. Every step in the right direction. That's it, step by step. Amen to that. Well, good on the Supreme Court of the United States. As of late, I've not had many pleasant things to say about this court, but I am glad for both of those cases, and I'm glad for the residents in both of those states.